Hey everyone, in this video we will learn about linear inequalities in one variable and two variables. Previously in class 10 we have done some of the part for one variable, and here we will do the rest of the one variable part and then we will proceed to the two variable part. Okay, so first of all we see the geometric meaning for this linear inequality and we also compare it with the equality case. So what is a linear inequality? Instead of the equation like ax plus b equals to c, we replace this equality with some inequality sum. If the power of x here is only 1, then we say this type of inequality are linear inequality. So usually when we are dealing with equations, we get some solutions, and the solution is nothing but the value of x, and in this case we can see the solution is c minus b by a, provided this a will be not equals to 0. So what was the meaning of this solution geometrically? The geometrical meaning was, if you get the real line, here it is 0, then you will get the value of x somewhere on this line, say here. So this point is c minus b by a. If you see geometry in two dimension, then you will see that here also the line ax plus b equal to c is represents some line which is parallel to y-axis, and the value of x means the point where the line intersects the x-axis. That point of intersection is the solution, and this solution was c minus b by a, that is at this point the value of x is c minus b by a. So whenever we are dealing with this kind of equality, we get some point as a solution. So when we consider the equations ax plus b greater equals to c, we see that it gives us solutions like this: x greater equals to c minus b by a. So in the real line, if there is 0 here and c minus b by a is this point, then the solution is saying that we have to take all those x which are greater than this point. That means all the x which are lying in the right of this point. So according to this, the solutions for this inequality are no more only a single point. It is a collection of points, or we can say it is a set that gives this part of this real line. This is the right side of the point c minus b by a. So as a solution set, if we say the set as S, then C, it will be the set of all real numbers on which where x is greater equals to c minus b by a. In sets, we have seen this kind of interval, this kind of sets are called closed rays, and that can be given by this notation: third bracket c minus b by a, comma infinity first bracket. So that's how we get the solutions for this kind of inequalities. And the solution mostly, if we take this x from real numbers, you will see that the solution space will be a subset of the set of real numbers in the interval form. The set from which we are taking the points x are called replacement sets, and the interval that we are getting as a solution are called solution set. So if this inequation was given for natural numbers, then we will get the solution as c minus b by a, where x belongs to natural number. Then in the real line, we should express this solution as points like 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So suppose somehow we get the point c minus b by a somewhere here at this point. So this solution will be all the points, all the natural numbers which are in the right side of this value, that is c minus b by a, and we will mark this point as black dots on the line and give a dot 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 if there is no upper boundary for this solution. So in case of natural numbers, we cannot write it like an interval. We have to only write it in roster form like this. In the real line, that should be expressed as points on the real line. So this is the basic for linear inequality. Now we see some basic rules that should be used to solve this kind of linear inequalities. Now we see some basic rules that can be used to solve inequalities. Suppose we say a and b are two real numbers and a is less than b, then number one we can say that a plus c will be less than b plus c for any real number c. Number two we can say a minus c less than b minus c for any real number c. That means with an inequality, if you add the same number in both the sides, then inequality will not change. Similarly, if you subtract the number from both the sides, then also the inequality will remain same. The number 3 is with the multiplication. Suppose we are having a positive real number, c belongs to r and c greater than 0. Then multiplying this number in both sides will not change your inequality. It will remain AC less than BC. And also, if you multiply a negative number here, then your inequality will change and it will become AC greater than BC. Okay. So, number 5 is saying that you are taking this inequality and you are taking the reciprocal in both sides, then the inequality will again change. So, if it was less than, the resulting one will be greater than. So these are the 5 rules that we will use in solving linear inequalities. Next we come to the solutions on real line. Suppose we are having the solution set is in roster form like say A1, A2, A3 and so on up to A and B. So usually this will occur when your replacement set is either the natural number or the set of integers. If these are your replacement sets, then you will see we have to express the solution in the real line by putting dots on the points. Say here it is A1, here it is A2, here it is A3, here is not 0, A4 and so on. At some point it is AN, and you see that your solution set is like this. X belongs to natural number such that A1 less or equals to X less or equals to AN. So then, since there are inequalities, lesser equality, for this equality case, you will include the point A1 in your solution. So you will start putting dot on these points and you will darken the points within the range that you will obtain by the solution. But suppose you are getting strictly less than sign, then you can make a circle like this on the point where this strictly less than sign is occurring, or you can leave it as it is without any circle. But it is better to draw a circle like this. And if you are having the end point also like this, we'll make a circle there. So that means these are the end points for our solution set, and they are not included in the solution set. In case of Z, you will do the same, nothing different. So the different case will occur when you are doing the case with intervals. X belongs to R such that sum A less or equals to X less or equals to B. Then on the real line, it is somewhere it is A and somewhere it is B. So if both the points are included, that is, it is with a less or equality sign, then you will darken the points and then you will join the points using a straight line above the real line. Okay. So it will look better that this is your solution interval. But suppose the condition is like this. So we will make an open circle like this on the point A and a dark circle like this on the point B, and then join. That will mean that the point A is not included in the set, and all the points in the right side of A are included up to the point B. And at the point B, this point is also included in the solution. So same will go with this. Then the point A will be darkened and B will not be darkened, and we will join it. So this will be the real line. This is A, this is B. So now suppose these are in the form of rays. That means the solution set is like this. X greater or equal to A only. So then what we will do, at some point this is A, since it is less greater or equality, we will darken the point and then give an arrow towards the infinity, because this means it is the closed ray A infinity. So towards infinity we will give an arrow and express the solution set. You can give a sign here, plus infinity, minus infinity. And if it is an open ray, which belongs to R such that X is greater than A, then this means it is the interval open in A infinity. So in that case, the same thing you are doing just by an open circle and giving an arrow towards infinity. If it is the way X less than A, that means minus infinity A. So then you will give this symbol somewhere it is A, you are giving an open circle and then giving an arrow towards minus infinity. And for the closed ray, minus infinity closed A, we will darken this point and give the solution set. So these are the way you express the solution set on the real line. So this is the different cases. So now let us proceed to solve a problem as an example. The problem is this: 5 by x minus 2 is greater than 3, and the replacement set is R. That means we will get the solutions in form of intervals. So how we can solve this? Usually we take this 3 in this side and it will be greater than 0. Then you make the LCM. So we will get this one. So we will get 11 minus 3x. See the calculations also. Okay. So one thing to remember, that we will not take this x minus 2 in this side because we don't know the sign of x minus 2, whether it will change or not. And finally, another thing is that if there is a ratio like this, we will not take this x minus 2 in this side and make it 0. Always remember this, because we cannot multiply the denominator in the numerator of the opposite sign because we don't know the sign of x minus 2. So we have to keep it here, and we will make 2 cases here. See, because it is a ratio and the ratio is positive, that means the numerator and denominator will both be positive. So we will write 11 minus 3x greater than 0 and x minus 2 is greater than 0. Always remember to give this and, because this will be more logical and it will help you to find the solutions. Okay, so from here we get 3x less than 11, that means x less than 11 by 3, and here is x greater than 2. X greater than 2. So you are getting something like this, x less than 11 by 3 and x greater than 2. So combining these two, you can write it like this, and that becomes an open interval. So you can write the solution set. Okay, leave it here and we will see the other case, that is case 2. Then finally we will write the solution. So in case 2, what will be the case? Both will be negative. First of all, we write 11 minus 3x less than 0 and x minus 2 less than 0. So if this is the case, see, 3x will be greater than 11 and x is less than 2. So from here we get x is greater than 11 by 3 and it is approximately around 3 point something, 3.6 I think, and x less than 2. So in the real line, this solution is saying what? X is less than 2, that means in this side, and if it is 3, then 3.6 is somewhere here. So it is saying that x is greater than 3.6 and something. So these two cannot happen simultaneously, because either x can be in this side or x can be in this side. They cannot happen simultaneously. So this condition or this solution is absurd. That is impossible. So we will exclude this from the solution set and take only this one as a solution. So for the solution set, we will write A is equal to the set of all real numbers that satisfies this rule. That means 2 less than x less than 11 by 3, and that is given by the open interval 2, 11 by 3. So this is our solution for this inequality. So this is how we solve the inequalities using the basic rules, and let us now proceed to the next example. Next thing is some standard inequality using the modulus function. So first we see what is the modulus function or modulus of a real number. Suppose we are taking the real number x, then its modulus is defined to be x if x is greater than 0 or equals to 0, and the value will be minus x when x is less than 0. So if you are finding the modulus of 5, since 5 is greater than 0, we can say the modulus of 5 is 5. And if you are finding the modulus of minus 5, since minus 5 is less than 0, we will say the modulus will be minus of minus 5, that is again 5. So geometrically, this modulus has the meaning of distance. Suppose here is some point A, then the modulus of A is given by this length, which is A. Suppose here is the point minus A, then also the distance here will be only A. So that's how for the negative numbers the modulus become only A, excluding the sign here, and for a positive value the modulus of A is the value A. So here what we have in inequalities with mod, we have to solve the inequalities like this. So let us see what should be the solution for this inequality. So mod x less or equals to a means there will be two cases. When x is greater or equals to 0, you can say mod x less or equals to a, it means x less or equals to a, because for this range the value of mod is only x. So this is one side, and for case 2 we consider x less than 0, then mod x less or equals to a will imply minus x less or equals to a, and this means x is greater or equals to minus a. See, because we are multiplying by minus 1 in both sides, so the inequality is changed. If you combine these two solutions, you will get here something like this: a greater or equals to minus a greater or equals to x greater or equals to a. So that will give the solution set as x belongs to R, such that minus a less or equals to x less or equals to a, and easily you can see that it is becoming the closed interval minus a to a. So for mod x less or equals to a, the solution set is minus a to a closed interval. Similarly, if we consider the see what we can get in the case 1, we see if x is taken greater or equals to 0, then mod x greater or equals to a means x greater or equal to a, and if x is taken less or equals to 0 or less than 0, because equality is considered here, then we will get mod x greater or equals to a means minus x greater or equal to a. That will imply, let us write here, that will imply x less or equal to minus a. So then you see, if you combine these two cases, something will be, the solution set will look like this: a is equal to x belongs to R, such that x is greater or equals to a. Since these two cases are separate cases, so this will be combined with an OR symbol. So either it is greater or equals to a, or it is less than a. So for the greater equality, we can write it, therefore start with the lesser equality. For the lesser equality, we can write it like this, and this OR stands for union, and then for the greater equality we get A infinity. So this becomes the solution set for mod x greater or equal to A. Now if you see it in the number line, it is a bit interesting. Say here is 0, here is A, so in the same distance, in the opposite side it will be minus A. So now see, if you are taking this equality, that is mod x less or equal to A, the solution set will be here for mod x less or equal to A, and the rest of the line will give you the solutions for mod x greater or equal to A. So that's how we get the solutions for inequality is associated to mod. So what should be the case for only strictly less than equality, less than case? So the solution sets will consist of only open interval set. If it is only mod x less than a, then this final solution will be included with less than, strictly less than sign. So this third bracket will be changed with first bracket. And similarly, if it is greater than a, then these third brackets should be replaced with first bracket. So these will be open intervals and open rays. So that's how we get the solutions here. So let us do an example with this. Always remember to see what is the replacement set in your problem, because depending on that the solutions will change, and you have to mention in each case the replacement set very well. And also in case of the solutions in number line, you have to see what is the replacement set, because depending on that it will be you will see that either the solution will be in form of intervals or only a discrete collection of points. That will depend on the replacement set. So that's why the replacement set should be considered importantly. So let us do this problem. Mod of x plus 1 is greater than 4, and the replacement set is given r. Usually whenever it is associated to modulus, the replacement set is given like r. So again there will be two cases. X plus 1 will be here when x plus 1 is greater than 0. That means x greater or equal to 3 here when x plus 1 is greater than 0, and this 2 when you are getting x plus 1 less than 0, then it will be minus of x plus 1 greater than 4, and that will imply x plus 1 is less than minus 4. That will imply x plus 1 is less than minus 5. So here we can say when x is greater or equals to minus 1, then we are getting x greater than 3, and that is satisfying the condition. When x plus 1 is less than 0 means x is less than minus 1, then we are getting x is less than minus 5. So what should be the solution set? We are getting the solution set is as the collection of all real numbers which are greater than 3, or the collection of all real numbers which are less than minus 5. In both the cases, these are rays, open rays. So for this one, we can write 3 infinity, and for this one, since it is odd, the union will come here, and for this case it should be minus infinity minus 5. So this is the way we get the solution. Okay, usually the left hand side should be taken as minus infinity minus 5, and the right hand side should be taken as this. There is no problem in this solution also, but it is customary to write it like this. Okay, so this is the solution set. Let's go to the next problem. So let us solve this problem. X minus 2 mod minus 1 by mod of x minus 2 minus 2 is less or equal to 0, where the replacement set is given as r. Okay, so since it is a ratio and the ratio is less or equals to 0, we can say that either the numerator is positive and the denominator is negative, or the numerator is negative and the denominator is positive. So for case 1, we take the numerator, that is x minus 2 mod minus 1 to be positive, and the numerator to be negative. See, there will not be any equality, because if the denominator becomes 0, then the ratio will be undefined. So let us start from here, that mod of x minus 2 minus 1 is positive, and this will imply x minus 2 minus 1 is positive, and this will be when x is greater or equals to 2, and also this will be x greater or equal to 3. So when x greater or equal to 2, x greater or equal to 3, this is possible. So we take this one, and okay, another case is there, that is x minus 2 mod minus 1 greater or equals to 0, and this will give minus of x minus 2 minus 1 is greater or equals to 0 when x is less than 2. That means x minus 2 is less or equal to 1. Okay, so we can write this one as x minus 2 greater or equals to 1. So x minus 2 less or equal to minus 1, and this will give x less or equals to 1. So this will happen when x is less than 2. And simultaneously here we will get mod of x minus 2 minus 2 less than 0 means x minus 2 minus 2 less than 0 when x is greater or equals to 2. So this will imply x less than 4, and this is possible because when x greater or equals to 2, x can be less than 4. And in the second case, that is mod of x minus 2 less than 0, it will imply minus of x minus 2 less than 0. That will happen when x is less than 2. So from here we can say mod of minus of x minus 2 is less than 2. That means x minus 2 is greater than minus 2. That means x greater than 0. So when x is less than 2, x is greater than 0. This also can happen. Okay, so remember, when we are considering this case, these are happening separately, and also these two cases are happening separately, but these two are happening simultaneously. So we write the solution set, say is like this: x belongs to R such that either this or this, that means x greater or equal to 3 or x less or equal to 1, and either this or this. So there will be an AND x less than 4 or x greater than 0. So if this is the solution set, we again write this condition separately. See, it is in the logic of distribution law that we have done in sets. It says, sorry, this will be AND. You see, all the cases are separate. So we can write it like this: x greater or equal to 3 and x less than 4 we take the OR outside, x less or equals to 1 and x greater than 0. Because we take the cases together when x is less than 2. So what we get when x is less than 2? Either x less or equals to 1 and x greater than 0. And what happens for x greater or equals to 2? X less or equal to 3 and x less than 4. So that's why we pair these inequalities. So now see, x greater or equal to 3 and x less than 4, we can write it like this, combining, or this one can be written as this. So from here we can write the intervals of this like open interval 0, closed 1, union, closed 3, open 4. So the solution set will be represented by this union of two intervals like this. It's a little bit complicated, but these types are important now, because in class 10 they were very easy, simple problems, but here you will face some difficult type of problems like this. So you have to open your eyes so that you can keep a track of the solution. With practice they will become easier. So these are the problems for one variable system. Next we go to simultaneous linear inequation in one variable. They are nothing special. If these things are clear, then simultaneous linear inequation in one variable are very easy. You have done most of the problems in this case. Okay, so simultaneous linear inequation So in simultaneous linear inequation in one variable, we will get the equations like this. Say ax plus b less or equals to cx plus d less or equals to px plus f. Something like this. There will be some replacement set here. Say the set is S. So in this case, we have to consider the first inequation like this and the second inequation like this. Then solve them separately. Since these two conditions are happening together, whatever we will get, depending on the situation, we will find the solution set using appropriate intervals. So let us see an example. Saying that 2x minus 1 greater than x plus 7 minus x by 3 greater than 2. I think the replacement set here is given R. Okay. So let us take the inequalities one by one. 2x minus 1 greater than x plus 7 minus x by 3 and x plus 7 minus x by 3 greater than 2. If you solve this, you will get something like this: 2x minus 1 greater than 3x plus 7 minus x by 3. You are multiplying by a positive quantity 3 in both sides, so the inequality will not change. So it will become 6x minus 3 greater than 2x plus 7. That will give you 4x greater than 10. That means x greater than 10 by 4, that is 5 by 2. And finally you are getting x greater than 5 by 2 from this part. And from here let us see what we will get. So it is again the same thing, 3x plus 7 minus x by 3 greater than 2. So it is 2x plus 7, and we are multiplying by this 3 in this side. So we get 2x greater than minus 1. That means x greater than minus half. So this thing we get. So these two cases are happening simultaneously. So for the solution set, what we will get? Say S is the solution set, then we can write it as x belongs to R such that x is greater than 5 and x is greater than minus half. So if you are taking the intersection, you will see that it will be the intersection of 5 by 2 comma infinity intersection minus half comma infinity. In the real line you can see minus half is here, 0 is here, and 5 by 2 is somewhere here. So either it is 5 by 2 infinity and also it is minus half infinity. So what should be the intersection? This part. So we can write the intersection as minus half comma, sorry, it is 5 by 2 comma infinity. So that's how we are getting the solution here. So only this thing is there in simultaneous linear inequations. So next we come to the idea of linear inequation in two variables. Next we do the linear inequalities in two variables. Till now we are doing only the case for one variable, and now you will see how we deal with the problems of two variables. So first of all, we will get the linear inequalities like this: ax plus by greater or equals to c or less than c, less or equal to c, or greater than c or less than c. So these four cases will be there, and we will get also simultaneous linear inequalities here. There will be 2 or 3 lines or inequalities, and we have to solve their system of inequations. So first of all, let us see what should be the solution set in this regard. If we are considering the equality ax plus by equal to c, then we have seen already these are straight lines, and they look like this. So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, x dash and y dash is origin. So these lines looks like this in the graph. So if we put the points x, y, they will lie on this line exactly. So for equality, these coordinates of the points which are lying on the line will satisfy the equality. So if we are going to solve this single equation ax plus by equal to c, we will get the points on the line, and we can say that every point on this line is a solution for this equation. So what should be the solution in case of inequalities? If we consider this inequality, that means it is not only satisfying for equality, it is also satisfying the greater than sign. So we have to specify which points will satisfy the greater than sign also. So suppose we take the point here, say AB, sorry, not AB, say any quantity, say UV. And if you see putting U and V instead of X and Y, if you see the inequality is coming greater than C, then we can say that UV, this point, is in the solution set. And if this point is in the solution set, then there is an indication that all the points in the same side of UV for the line will be in the solution set. So we can say all the points in this shaded region will be solutions for this inequality. And since there is an equality also, since this is a greater equality, so we can say all the points on the line are also solutions for this inequality. So that is why we take the whole region below the line in the side of UV as a solution set. So in case of inequalities, not only the points on the line will be solution, the points outside the line which satisfies the inequality will also be the solution. So in this case, we will get the solution region, not only points. That solution region will be our solution for this kind of inequality. Okay, so while solving the problems, what we have to do, we have to recognize which region, whether it is above the line or below the line, will qualify for the solution region. So for that, we usually take a point outside the line and put it in the inequation and see whether the inequation is true or not. If it becomes true, then we will say the side in which the point is lying will be our solution region. So for example, let us see what should be the solution case, solution region for this x plus y greater or equals to 1. So first of all, we will consider the equation instead of the inequation and draw the line in the plane. So x plus y greater or equals to 1 means, x plus y equals to 1 means it is this line here, this intersects 1. So now by some point outside the line, we will verify the inequality, which region is qualifying for our solution set. So the easiest point to verify this kind of situation is the origin, because it has the coordinate 0, 0. So it will be easier to calculate. See, it is giving us 0 plus 0 greater or equals to 1. And clearly it is not true, it is false. So we can say this point 0, 0 is not in our solution region, and that implies that none of the points in below the line in the side of origin will be in the solution region. So our solution set should be above the line. So this way we will shade for the solution region. So this is our solution. Now suppose we are having multiple lines at a time. So we will do the same thing for all the inequalities and find the common region in that case. Suppose we are having another line here. Say we are having the inequality x greater or equals to y. Then see, if you consider the equation, it will be y equals to x, and this is the line y equal to x. So then, since the line is passing through the origin, we cannot anymore take the point origin to verify the inequality. So we have to take another point which is outside the line. So for that we are taking the point 1, 0 here. It is another easy point to verify. So see, from this point putting in the inequality we get this 1 greater equals to 0, and it is very much true. So we can say that 1 0 is in the solution set. So we will shade towards this point. So this will be our solution region. So now think, if these two inequalities were given togetherly, then we'll put the line here also and then we take the region like this. You can clearly see this portion is having the intercepts, is having the common region. This triangular portion, this one and this one, is having the overlap portion. So that overlap region will be the solution region here, and we will express this like by naming the points. Say here it is A, this point of intersection is A, in this direction it is say P, and here it is S. So we will say that the solution region is given by unbounded region SAT. This is the way we solve simultaneous linear equations in two variables. So let us see an example for this. So next we see the example. The lines are given like this: x plus 2y greater or equals to 10, x plus y, we write it below, x plus y greater or equal to 1, x minus y less or equals to 0, x greater than 0, x greater or equals to 0, y greater or equal to 0. Okay, so always remember, whenever this condition is given, it means that we have to take only the first quadrant, because this means only the first quadrant. So let us see how the solution looks. So first of all, we consider all the equations instead of the inequations. Is equals to 10, it is x plus y equal to 1, and it is x equal to y, these three lines. So x plus y equals to 10, we will write it like this, and we will make it in the intercept form, that is x by 10 plus 2y by 5 equals to 1. Then we will cancel out this factor 2 and we will get y by 5. And what is the advantage of this? This 10 here is the x-intercept, and this 5 here is the y-intercept. So if you convert the line in this form, it will be easier to draw the line. So you take the x-intercept here as 10, you take y-intercept as 5, and join the line. Similarly, we will get the next one. Here you see x plus y equals to 1 means x by 1 plus y by 1 is equals to 1. That means we have to take 1 here in the x-intercept and 1 in the y-intercept. If you join this, we'll get a line like this. It will be here also. Okay, let us restrict it in the first place. So the line will be like this. Next is the line x minus y x equals to y. So that means the line is like this one, x equal to y. Just extend the lines and for your convenience write the equations here with the line. It will help you to recognize which one is which line. Okay, so now see there are two lines which are not passing through origin. So for them we will verify the inequality using the origin. So for the first one, if you put origin in the equation, you will get something like this: 0 plus 2 into 0 is greater or equals to 10. So clearly it is not satisfying. So origin will not be in the solution region for the first line. That means here. So we will not shade in this direction, we will shade in the direction which is outside the origin. So the shading will be in that direction. Similarly, for this one also, the second line, 0 plus 0 is greater or equals to 1. This is also not true. So again, the shading will be towards the opposite side of origin. Then we go for the third one, x equal to y. So if you see here we cannot verify the inequality using the origin, because origin is lying on the line and it will be always true. So we have to take another point like this 1, 0. So if you put it here, 1 minus 0 less or equals to 0. That means 1 less or equals to 0, it is false. So that means this point is not in the solution. The solution will be in this direction, in the opposite of the point 1, 0. So see, the region is like this. All the points which are in this region, we are taking this region because this is the common region with line 1 and 2. All the points which are also in this above the line y equal to x. So the region will be like this. Up to this line. So this region will be our solution region, that is given by this y-axis, then the line x plus 2y equals to 10, then the line y equal to x. This will be our common shaded region for all the three lines, for all the three inequalities. So that's how we solve the system of inequality, and we name the solution region like this. Say this point is A, this point is B, and here it is T. So we write the solution like this. So we write the solution set is given by the region, the unbounded region, y, a, b, t. So this is the way we write the solutions, and it is better to mention the coordinates of the points a and b, what we can see here. So we will write like this, where a is 0, 5 clearly, and for b you have to solve these two lines, x equals to y and x plus 2y equals to 10. So if you solve them, you will see that 3y is equals to 10 will be there, and y equals to 10 by 3. So if since x equals to y, then this will be the value of x, that is b will be 10 by 3 comma 10 by 3. So this is the way we solve the system of linear inequalities in two variables. We shade the region and mention the shaded region as the solution set. The vertices in the shaded region, you should name them and find their coordinates and mention them while writing the solution. Okay, so this is the way we solve it. Let us take another example here. Okay, the next problem is this. It is 4x plus 3y is less or equal to 60. Then 2x is greater or equals to y. And then x greater or equal to 3, and then x greater or equals to 0, y greater or equals to 0. So let us first consider the equations. 4x plus 3y equal to 60, then 2x equal to y, then x equal to 3, and these are the axes. So we consider the dimensional plane and origin here. So 4x plus 3y equal to 60. So if you make it 1, you will get x by, so actually it is becoming 4x by 60, then 3y by 60, then it will become 50, and this will become 20. So this is the line. It means here this point is 15, 0, and here somewhere it is 0, 20. Then we are joining these points. Again the next one, y equals to 2x. So y equals to x is making a 45-degree angle, then 2x will make a little much more. So this will be the line, y equal to 2x. This line is 4x plus 3y equal to 60. And finally it is x greater or equal to 3, that means x equal to 3. So first we find this coordinates of this point of intersection. So we are putting y equals to 2x in this line. If you put, you get 6x equal to 60, that means 10x equal to 60, that means x equal to 6. So for this point, the x coordinate is 6. And what is the y coordinate? Then putting 6 on this point, we get y equals to 12, which will be 6, 12. So we can think that x equal to 3 will be in the left side of this point. That means something here, because this point should be 3, 0. So it should be in the left of 6. So this line is x equal to 3. So now see, one by one we will shade the regions. So clearly for the line x equal to 3, since it is greater or equal to 3, the shading will be in this direction. Then we come to the line y equal to 2x. So if you say this line is passing through the origin, so we cannot verify it using the origin. We will take another point. Say we are taking 3, 0, this point. So if you put 3, 0 here, you see that 2 into 3 is greater or equals to 0. That is true. So 3, 0 will be in the solution set. So this will be the direction for this line. And then the line, the first one, that is 4x plus 3y less or equal to 60. So this is not passing through origin, so we can verify it by origin. So see, if we put origin in the equation, will get something like this. And also this one is also true because 0 is less or equal to 60. It's true. So 0 will be in the solution region and the shading will be in this direction. So see which one is the shading, which one is the common region. For this line we will go in this direction. For this line we will go in this direction. And for this line we will go in this direction. So this quadrilateral here will be the common region for all the inequalities. So we take this one as the solution. So we will name these points like A, B, C and D. So we will mention the solution region as the quadrilateral ABCD. See, here we always have to mention the solution region as a bounded region. So we will write like this: the solution set is given by the bounded region A, B, C, D, A. We have to mention like this. The point we will start with, we have to end here. We have to end at that point again. So A, B, C, D, A, where we have to give the coordinates of the points also. So where A is the point 3, 0, B is the point 15, 0, C is the point 6, 12. D is the point. Okay, we have not found B. See, it is the intersection of x equal to 3 and y equal to 2x. So you can easily see that the point, the y coordinate will be here. If you put x equal to 3, it will be 6. So you can write this point as 3, 6. So this is the way we solve the problem. And this is how we write the solution region. Okay, so we end this video here. In a separate video, we will try to solve some more problems on linear inequalities, both from one variable and two variable. And we will see a very good application in class 12 of this system, linear inequation in two variable, in the chapter of linear programming problems. So for now, let us end this video here. I will give a separate video on linear programming problem for class 12. You can see it in the channel. We will be able to understand that, because the only thing is there in that chapter, linear programming problem, is the solving of this kind of linear inequalities. So